Hey, what's up? This your girl, Say the Star on WSWT Internet Radio.
Yes, and this is Ralph on WSWT Internet Radio, and we have a couple of things that we are going to be talking about.
Yes. There's a lot going on out there in this world. Oh my gosh, so much going on that we just got to be tuned and stay prayed up and just watch our surroundings and just look at everything that's going on in the world because so much going on. So we just got to stay prayed up and stay stayed up and pray of our family, pray of our kids, and just make sure everybody just make it home safe. That's what we want to do nowadays.
Yes.
We just want to make it home safe. So I just ask all you guys just to pray for your family, just make sure that we all are protected under the blood of Jesus and all that good stuff. So we're gonna get on to some great topics that's been going on and some things I've been wanting to talk about for a while. Some of you may heard of it before, the story that I'm about to talk about. Some of you may not heard of the story before, but this is a very, very, most definitely great story that I feel that should be pushed into the forefront even more. A lot of people don't really talk about it. I haven't heard much talk about this topic, but it's something that I want to talk about on today. So I would like to talk about a young lady by the name of Lauren Smith Fields. But before we get into that, is that something you want to talk about?
And I just want to talk about who this Lauren Smith Fields person is. It sounds very interesting.
Okay, so we can just jump right into it then.
All right.
Okay, so this topic is about a young lady named Lauren Smith Fields. Lauren Smith Fields is a young lady. She's black, African American. As you all know, I don't like using the word black because we are not black. This color is black. I'm brown. You're brown. So,
Yes.
but anyways,
These pants are black. This
Right.
shirt is black. The
Right.
letters on the Bulls jersey
It's
are black.
yeah.
Y'all get the point.
You get the point. But so, furthermore, we're just gonna jump right into the subject. So, we also want to talk about a young lady by the name of Brenda Lee Rawls. But we're gonna talk about Lauren Smith Fields first, and then we're gonna talk about Brenda Lee Rawls as well. So, there's a young lady named Lauren Smith Fields. She was a beautiful, black, talented young lady. She went to school. She had a lot of different things going on in her life, which was phenomenal. So basically, the landlord called Lauren Smith family and let them know that they didn't actually call her. The parent, Lauren Smith family, went over to her apartment. That's when she found out. The mother of Lauren found out that she passed away. This was 36 hours of her passing that she had just found out by the landlord that her daughter passed away, which is crazy. So let's jump right into it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Lauren Smith Fields was born on January 23rd. In 1998, which is the year I graduated from high school.
Same here.
Wow, I got my little 1998 necklace on.
What a coincidence.
Yeah, what a coincidence. She was born to the parents of Chantel Fields and Evelyn Smith. Lauren was born, she was from South Carolina. South Carolina, that's what I want to go. I've never been there before.
Me either.
She also had 3 brothers. She was a dreamer. She had big dreams, big plans, just like everybody else when they, just graduated from high school. You got big plans. You want to do certain things. You want to be something special in life. You just got that drive to just do more. But she was a big dreamer. She had big plans. She was full of life. Lauren Smith Fields, she attended a college called Norwalk, which was a community college in South Carolina. And she was studying to become a physical therapist, which was something that's awesome. We all need that.
Mm-hmm.
In which they make pretty good money as well. Lauren, she loved everything about, becoming a physical therapist. She loved everything about it. She loved fitness. She ran track in high school. She maintained a healthy diet. She ate plant-based foods, which is hard for a lot of us to do nowadays, is to eat plant-based food. But it's a good. Matter of fact, it really tastes really good. You can't really tell that it's plant-based. But she was a really healthy eater. She kept her body in shape. she made sure she ate all the good foods, the best foods that there was. So she was
Mm-hmm.
a pretty good young lady.
Mm-hmm.
She was very close to her family, especially her mom.
Mm-hmm.
Her mother was her cheerleader. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Lauren was building her platform also on YouTube. If y'all want to check out her YouTube channel, you will see that her station was really, really growing. Also was growing on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. She had a really good following, people that was following her. She was growing her YouTube's like a beauty
Mm-hmm.
channel where she was trying to teach young ladies how to put their makeup on, how to put their lace wigs on, and all different things, and the beauty
Mm-hmm.
ex, ex what the beauty entertainment world. She
Okay.
did all that. She did everything from makeup, how to put the lace wigs on, how to just make yourself look beautiful, how to keep a healthy skin routine going on. She did all of that. So if
Mm-hmm.
y'all want to check out our YouTube page, you will see all the wonderful tips that she was giving young ladies. But sadly, December the 13th, 2021, her mom called Lauren and she didn't get a hold of her. Lauren never answered the phone. She called and called and called. Lauren never answered the phone. And that was right. That
Wow.
was something that Lauren, never really did. She always kept in contact with her mom. You know, when anybody's
Right.
mom called, they're going to be on their mom, I'm here,
Yeah.
But her mom kept calling the phone. She didn't get an answer from Lauren, so she decided to go to her apartment. And when she arrived there, that's when she saw a note on the door. And the note said, if you're looking for Lauren, to call this number. So that's when the mother called the landlord.
Okay.
And that's when the landlord told the mom and Lauren brothers that she had passed away 36 hours ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy because the police got to know that, we have to get in contact with the family.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody got in contact with the family,
Mm-hmm.
period. That's kind of weird to me.
Yeah, especially 36 hours. That's a day and a half.
Yeah. And they didn't even know that Lauren had passed away.
Wow.
And you said what?
I said, wow, that's something.
That's saddening because, we all have kids. And, just trying to get in contact with your child and no answer, and you hear bad news like that is really, really something to really think about. It's this heart crushing, you know.
Yeah.
So the landlord talked to the mom, told them what happened, to Lauren, and they gave her the detective's phone number to tell her to call the detectives to let them to find out what really happened to her daughter,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of sad to me. It seemed like they would have at least reached out to the family if they didn't know who she was. But even though they went through her apartment, I'm quite sure the phone shows the mom, on a call ID or something. That's
Mm-hmm.
kind of weird to me. But they didn't contact the family. The family had to contact them, but they had to go through the landlord to find out the information of the detectives to find out what happened to their daughter, which is crazy.
It is.
But sadly, Chantel had passed. I'm sorry, not Chantel. Chantel is the mom, but sadly, Lauren had passed away. Oh God, this is so sad. So when she came downstairs, that's when the landlord, broke the news about the passing of
Mm-hmm.
Lauren Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly, but the reason for the mom calling Lauren that day was because the holiday was coming up, and
Mm-hmm.
Lauren was going to have the celebration at her house. So the mom was calling her like, "Well, do she need to bring? Does she need to bring this or that?" So that was one of the reasons why the mom was contacting Lauren so much, because she
Mm-hmm.
wanted to find out, like, okay, how we gonna set everything up for Christmas? Because, like I said, a Christmas celebration was going to be at Lauren's home. But since they couldn't get a hold of Lauren, that's when they knew something was wrong, because that was not like her. It was said that her mom, she texted Lauren to ask her was she okay, but Lauren never responded. So that's when the family decided to go over there and check on her. And the crazy part about this whole situation is that Lauren had died a day before, which was December the 12th at 6:49 a.m. Wow. That's when
Mm-hmm.
Lauren was pronounced dead. Her and her family, they knew something was wrong. Because, like I said before, there's something that Lauren never did. She always kept in contact with her mom and her brothers, especially her mom, because they was close. They, a lot of females. The girls always, when they grow up, they get to be close with the parents. They like best friends at that age. Um, yeah, so sadly, that's when they found out that she had passed away. So they was getting the news from the landlord, which is crazy. Not the police. They was getting the news from the landlord. And this was 36 hours, and her family had heard nothing. They heard nothing.
Wow.
So tell me, let's kind of elaborate on that. Tell me how you feel about this whole situation.
Well, I know you didn't mention anything about how she passed, but the fact that you said something about the landlord contacting them instead of the police or even the hospital.
Right.
Because you would think that one of those two would have been the first to notify, even if they don't say anything right away. Like if it was the hospital that call you,
right.
They'll say, "Come to the hospital. It's very urgent."
Right.
Or the police would be saying the same thing if it's not the hospital. So, in my opinion, and I'm hoping I'm wrong about this, her untimely passing seems a little suspicious to me.
Yeah.
Especially if it's the landlord letting the family know about it 36 hours later, a whole day and a half later.
A whole day and a half later.
Something's not right with that.
No. So we're going to get more into it. And I'm going to go detail by detail with you guys, let y'all know how she passed away and why I feel like this whole situation of her passing is not pushed out there. I feel like this is something that should most definitely be talked about, and it's not. We barely heard anything about it. So there was no taping. So when when her mom and brothers got to her apartment, there was no taping. You know how they have like the yellow tape or the red tape around the house? There was no police taping around the home. No, to let them even indicate that something even happened to her. There was nothing around, so that's crazy to me. Wow, that's just so sad. So the landlord gave them the detectives information. The detective name was which was Kevin Corin. He was the leading detective that was on the case, which was which was the Bridgeport Police Department in South Carolina.
Okay.
The police officer, they talked to the police officer. The police officer gave them no answer, which made them angry. Now, anybody that's trying to find out what happened to their child, if you're not giving the parent information on what happened, that would make anybody angry.
Yeah,
You're not giving me no information about how my daughter passed or why she passed, and you just sitting there like whatever. So that's gonna make anybody angry. The detectives told them that Lauren had met someone. Now listen, y'all, she had met a guy.
Okay.
On a dating app that's called Bubble.
Never heard of that one.
Yeah, it's called Bubble. It's a dating app that's called Bubble. So Lauren and this guy ended up hooking up. That was on December the 11th. They ended up hooking up. He told them that, so I guess the guy, he talked to the detective. So he ended up telling them that he met Lauren on Bubbles. And this man was a white guy. He was a white male.
Oh, jeez.
So we already know why this whole situation was not put out there like that, because he was of a different race. So they kind of pushed that under they swept that under the bus.
Yes, they did.
So he told them he met Lauren, on Bubbles. As a matter of fact, he was 37 years old. He was way older than her.
Yeah.
She freshly out of high school, in college. She was a college girl, 37 years old. A lot of young girls, they meet up with older guys because they feel like, and even me, when I was younger, I met up with older guys, tried to date them or talk to them or whatever, because you feel like at that age you have more mature boys. That's my age, play a lot of games. A lot of females go through that as well. So they end up meeting up or whatever, and he said when he woke up, Lauren was unresponsive. he said she was not breathing. So that's when he reported the situation to 911. He let them know that Lauren had passed away. The guy, he gave them Lauren, he ended up giving Lauren chest compressions.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why she, was moved off the bed, because I guess when they got there, at first, because when he woke up, he said that he tried to, I guess, kind of shake her. He noticed that she wasn't moving,
Mm-hmm.
and she was on the bed. But he was saying the reason why she was moved off the bed was because he tried to give her chest compressions, and he laid on the floor.
Okay.
So the family did hire a lawyer by the name of Darnell Crossland, and mainly this was becoming clear that the police was not abiding by the law when it came to handling Lauren case. They would not abide by the law. What in the world is going on? What's going on?
I don't know what's going on, but unfortunately, that's starting to become the new norm nowadays. Police not serving the law like they should be.
And not doing a job like they should do,
Mm-mm.
like they should be doing. You hear a lot of this going on in a lot of cases, and sadly, nobody is doing nothing about it. And I don't think anything is ever going to be done about it at this point, because nowadays they know that things is going on. It's right there in front of our face, but nobody is doing nothing about it, and I don't think they really want to.
I don't
Sadly,
think so
but
either. It is sad.
so we know that this was a foul play. It was foul play or not, the police should have handled this situation better than what they did, because at the end of the day, she was a human being. She had a mom, she had a father, she had brothers that she loved, she had a future for her life. But
Mhm.
sadly, she passed away, and this case did not get the support that it needed, and her parents did not get the support that they needed, which is so sad, because um, they let the guy go.
Oh
They let
wow.
the guy go. So what happened is that they're saying that the guy told the police that he was at the house. They was watching a movie. Lauren's brother came over there, and when he came over there,
Mm.
Lauren went to the door and got something from the brother.
Okay.
So the guy's trying to say Lauren's brother must have gave her something. She went in the washroom and took something, and that's when she went to sleep. She passed away. The brother said he did not give her anything. He said he came over there to get something from her,
Mm-hmm.
but he didn't give her anything to inject anything like that orally. So, but the guy is trying to say he did, which I don't believe that.
I don't believe it either.
That's her brother that she been knowing all her life.
Mm.
She never passed away before. All of a sudden, she passed away when is a guy at her home,
Right.
which is crazy.
Yeah.
You want to give your input on that?
Yeah. I definitely feel like he had a lot to do with her passing, and tried to put it off on her brother. And even though I never don't know who her brother is, I can't fathom the fact that he would give her something and she would take it, and then she would pass away just like that.
Yeah.
I can't deem that to be possible.
Yeah. That's the same thing I say. I just don't believe it. The brother. I believe everything that the brother is saying. The brother said that that never happened, and I'm going with the brother.
Same here. Same here.
So the guy is trying to say that when he went over there, he said that the brother gave her something. And like I said before, the brother's saying that he never gave his sister anything to take, none of that. So I'm going with the brother. I believe the brother wholeheartedly. But in this case, the reason why, now check this out, y'all. The reason why the police did not arrest this guy is because they said he seemed like a good guy.
Are you serious?
I'm so serious.
Typical,
I am
but
so
not
serious.
surprising.
I'm so serious. If what they say, if I'm lying on fly,
Oh, yeah,
if I'm lying on fly.
Unfortunately, that's no surprise.
No.
That is no surprise, because it is almost similar to a white teenager. No, not white teenager, but a white college student who confessed to committing rape, but yet he was acquitted because it would mess up his career.
Mm.
I'm like, really?
Mm.
So they could get away with all kinds of heinous crimes.
Yes.
But when it comes to us,
That skin color.
we're gonna be sent through the jail, under the jail,
Up the
in jail.
Around the jail, you ain't going nowhere. You staying right there.
And then, yep, and the chances of us getting freedom are just like the chances of me growing hair again.
It ain't gonna happen.
Exactly.
And with that, I just think it's very sad because, I think it's very sad because this was a young lady that had a future. Like I said before, she had a future, she had a life. She wanted to do great things. And, unfortunately, her life stopped because of somebody that was a nice guy. And we don't think about other people's lives. We don't think about the hurt that the parents and the family have to go through. They never did any investigation on this guy.
Oh wow.
They said because he was a good guy, because he called the police and let them know that she passed away. They consider that a good guy, even though he was the last person with her, the one who slept in her home. Which is sad to me. But they riding with him, and that's just how it is. I don't get it, but
I don't get it either.
But check this out. Not only did Lauren pass away that day, but there's another lady, black lady, that passed away on the same exact day. And guess what? Right down the street from each other. What? Her name is Brenda Lee Rawls. Her and Lauren Smith Fields passed away on the same exact day. Which
That's
is
unheard
completely
of.
Crazy to me.
And unheard of.
And the crazy part about it, the same thing that Lauren went through, Brenda went through the same exact thing.
But with a different guy?
With a different, yeah.
Wow.
Now with Brenda, she was home, just getting off of work, and she ended up calling her sisters, telling them that she was going to hang out at her boyfriend's house, which was a white guy. Right down the street. They hung out, and the same thing, she woke up. He tried to wake up. She didn't wake up. She passed away. The same thing happened. Her family tried to call her, get in contact with her, no answer. They kept on trying to call her, no answer. One sister remember, she said she was going over the guy's house. They went to his house, and that's when he broke the news down to her, to the sisters, and told them that she had died. Nobody contacted the family. Nobody let the family know what was going on. Basically. And literally, this happened on the same exact day, right down the street from each other. Wow. How crazy is that?
That's beyond crazy.
How crazy is that? It's a lot that's going on, guys. It's time for us to start just letting people know we in, period. Just know who you're around, know who you're getting in the car with, know who you're hooking up with. Just know all this detailed information. There's nothing wrong with giving your family, people, license plate number. That's what we used to do back in the day. Back in the day, you went out with somebody, you gave your family the license plate number, his name, his phone number, his mama name. It's all right to do stuff like that. A lot of people be afraid, like, why people all in my business. There's nothing wrong with putting people in your business, especially if you want to make it out alive and be okay, because we're living in evil days.
Unfortunately, you're right. And another thing is, if you have to do a background check, do that as well.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that we used to do back in the day, so we did background check. So, it's time for the fathers to go back home and start making sure your baby's okay. Even if you don't want to be at the home, just make sure you be in your kids' lives just to know what's going on, because so much going on out here. Sadly to say, with these two beautiful women, ladies of color, they passed away and didn't really get no media attention at all. With Brenda, she had no media attention. So I know you have a GoFundMe if you want to look on the GoFundMe page under Lauren Smith Fields and Brenda Lee Rawls. You most definitely can go and look under the GoFundMe page and try to support the family. They are most definitely going through something that's really devastating. So
Yeah, and I also wanna add that although they were cleared, both families can reopen an investigation if they choose to.
yeah,
Now, I'm not. Now, every news outlet in every city is different. For example, in Chicago, we have the ABC 7 Eyewitness News I team. So you can get in contact with them in regards to having them do an investigation. But whoever your news station is in your respective city, and if you know about these women who were, in our opinion, killed on the same day, talk to someone about it, have them reopen an investigation, and let the families get the closure that they richly deserve so they can find out what really
what
happened.
really happened? Yes, and the crazy part about it, it was it was on the same day, right down the street. How wow,
Mm-hmm.
that's something. And the crazy part about it is that when this was occurring, around the time when this was occurring, now it was another young lady. She was Caucasian,
Mm-hmm.
Europe from Europe, you're a European, and I know you remember the story as well, where she was with her boyfriend going on a camping trip, whatever. They was going around, I guess, America, doing like little videos, and he ended up killing her. Sadly to say, she ended up passing away.
Mm-hmm.
And this right, he got a lot of news media outlet from every angle of the world. They broadcast this every day. She got a lot of media attention, but to me, when it comes to I'm gonna say the black community,
Mm-hmm.
it does not get a lot of media attention that it needs, and I think it's so sad because I feel like whoever end up getting hurt or whoever's coming up missing or however the situation may be, I feel like it should get the media attention that's needed, regardless of
Definitely.
what race or creed you're from. It should get the attention that needed. But with this young lady, every day you heard different stories, and I'm quite sure that it's going to be a movie made about this, about the young lady whose boyfriend killed her. And to come to find out, the parents knew about that. They knew that their son ended up killing the young lady, which is sad. But we're going to stick to Lawrence Smith.
Yeah.
If you know anything about this case situation, however it may, however you know it, please, 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 contact their lawyer, let them know what's going on with this case, because this case is it should not ever close. They need to do more investigations. Like you
Yes.
said, they need to open this case back up, but it all depends on the judge, if the judge want to okay it or want to reopen the case back up. So
Yeah. So that's gonna be a challenge right there, especially depending on who the judge
we
is.
know, I don't even know if they wait a minute. We said reopen. I don't even know if they closed the case yet. It probably still be under investigation. But how
Yeah.
long is that going to take? Because this happened the end of last year, 2021.
Mm-hmm.
This is a whole nother year now,
Mm-hmm. We're
and the
in
guy's
June.
still haven't been arrested. So I don't know, but we will find out. I just feel in my spirit that this case is not going to go anywhere. I think it's going to be just like it is now because he was a good guy. So
Well, it may not go anywhere, but with your help, it can go somewhere. It may not go in a direction where you may want it to go, but just remember, one person can make a difference. It doesn't matter how big or how small the deed is. Once you do what you're supposed to do to help out both families, then you know that your work will not be in vain. Because if anything, both families are the ones suffering the most out after both of their losses, and they need it. Of course, it's not going to bring them back, but at least help them get the closure that they richly deserve.
yeah,
If nothing else.
if nothing else, help them with that. So, with that being said, I'm going to come back on next week, Monday. Monday, I'm going to come to talk about, I want to talk about prison reform. There's a lot of different things going on in the prisons. A lot of people that's locked up in jail that shouldn't be in jail. Some people is in there that's innocent. So I want to talk about that as well. It's time for us to start back building up our community, our black community, and start loving each other again, start respecting each other again. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's time for us to start respecting each other again. Start valuing the life of another human being, which our community really don't do like we used to. We really don't. We're gonna be honest and real about this. Don't care who get mad about it. It's truthful. We don't respect our communities no more.
No, I definitely agree. We don't respect our communities. We don't. And another thing is, not only do we have to get back to respecting and loving one another, we also have to get back to protecting one another. What happened to the protection?
Yes.
We used to go by a code. No children, no women, no elderly.
Not no
Now
more.
they don't go by that anymore. Come on. I know times have changed, but with the way things are going right now, we need each other, whether y'all know it or not. We need each other now more than ever before.
No, we do.
We need each other. Like
I
I need this woman in my life. She has been just so good. And a lot of things, I'm telling you, I would not be able to do if she hadn't given me the push. And sometimes we need that. So I said that to
I need it too.
Yeah.
You know, not just we need that.
we all need the push. Differently but equally.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. So with that being said, y'all, we're gonna come back on next week and talk about a lot of more things. So don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel at Sadie Star. We also have another YouTube channel, WSWC Internet Radio. Don't forget to subscribe to all our channels. Also, Facebook page on WSWT Radio on Facebook. Also, Instagram as well, WSWT Radio on Instagram. So don't forget to go to the website at www.wswtinternetradio.com. You can click on the link and you can hear us going live on the radio station. Also, you can hear free music live every day, which you can listen to it at your job, wherever it may be. You can listen to it as well. So, also Stan TV on Roku TV. We're going to be doing some things on there too as well. So don't forget, y'all, we got a lot of great things going on over here. So let's get it popping, and that's it.
And let me add one more thing. Once you subscribe to either or both YouTube channels, make sure that bell notification is raised so you can get all the upcoming content at later dates. Because if you don't make sure that bell notification is raised, you may get some notifications or you may not get any. So make sure you make sure that bell notification is raised so you get all the upcoming content.
Yeah, give us that thumbs up too. So this your girl Sadie Star on WSWC Internet Radio.
And this is Ralph, and we are out of here. Peace.
Let's get it.